Hi everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Cricket. Today I'm going to be making overnight cinnamon rolls, and this is part of the Home for the Holidays YouTube collab, and I will link all the other videos in the description box below. These overnight cinnamon rolls are easy to make, and you can make the dough up at night, put it in your fridge, get up the next morning and finish them up and bake them. And very easy, makes a great holiday breakfast or even a holiday brunch. So this is what we'll need. In my stand mixer, well, first of all, let me start off by saying I'm using instant yeast. I don't have to proof this, but if you're using the yeast that you have to proof it in with your warm water for about 5-10 minutes and then continue. So we're going to need 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of sugar. I have 4 tablespoons of butter that is room temperature softened. I have 2 1/4 teaspoon of instant yeast, 3/4 cup of warm water. And to get this started, I'm going to add around 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And give it a little mix. Now we want to mix this till it's all smooth, and then we'll continue to add the rest of the flour. Now I'm going to add 1 more cup of flour. We're going to mix that in. We need the dough to be sticky, kind of sticky, not real stiff, and I'll show you the texture. So I'm going to put this on stir and get that blended. Now I'm going to add just a 1/2 cup of flour. That's 3 cups so far. This looks good because we really don't want to over mix it. So I'm going to take everything off the paddle and then I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm going to gather everything, wipe off the sides. Now just cover your bowl with some plastic wrap and set it in the refrigerator. And I'll bring you back in the morning when we're ready to finish them. Alright, it's the next morning. Let's look at our dough. Now we want to flour our surface really good. Now we want to roll this out the best we can to about an 18 by 12 inch rectangle. Alright, this looks good to me, so I'm going to brush off some of this excess flour on the top. And as I roll it up, we can brush off the excess flour on the other side too. Now I have 4 tablespoons, which is a 1/2 stick, of softened butter. And we're going to spread that out. We don't want to go all the way to the edge with it. Now in this bowl, I have a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar and 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon that I've mixed up. We're going to sprinkle it all over, but don't get right to the edges. So now we're going to carefully roll these up. Now just pinch your seam closed. And as you can tell, I didn't roll it out too evenly. Now I am not good at cutting cinnamon rolls at all, so don't pay attention to that. I'm just using a serrated knife. I'm going to cut these ends off. Now I'm just using a throwaway pan that I've greased really good with some nonstick cooking spray. So we're going to go in the middle. Go in half again. We should get 12 out of these. And if they're kind of loose, you can tighten them back up a little bit as you put them in your pan. They won't be the prettiest looking things, but they'll be good. So let me finish these up, and I'll bring you back when I get them all in the pan. So now we're going to cover these up, put them in a warm, dry-free place till they've doubled in size. It could take about an hour, but I'll bring you back. Alright, I let my cinnamon rolls rise for about an hour and a half. And you can, that one right there, kind of folded over, but it'd be alright. We've got our oven preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to let these cook 20 to 25 minutes or until lightly browned. My cinnamon rolls are done. I have them sitting on a wire rack. And while they're cooling, we're going to get our icing ready. Okay, our icing is really easy, really simple. In my bowl, I have 4 ounces of softened room temperature cream cheese and 4 tablespoons of softened room temperature butter. And I'm going to give them a mix. And now I'm going to add 1 cup of powdered sugar. You might know it as icing sugar or confectioner sugar. I'm going to let that blend real good before I add my next ingredients. Now, if you've ever had a cinnamon roll, you know how good those are. So you can taste just a barely hint of lemon in theirs, and I always add a tiny bit of lemon for this icing. So I have a half a teaspoon of lemon juice and a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Gonna add that in, and I will taste it once I get it finished. You don't want the lemon to be overpowering. It just kind of gives it a freshness, if all of that makes sense. Going to mix that up and add some more powdered sugar. And I'm going to add another cup of powdered sugar and let that get mixed in really good. Now, if you want to thin it down a little bit, if you get it too thick, you can add a little bit of heavy cream, a little bit of milk. But I like mine a little bit thick. Now, while our cinnamon rolls are still warm, I like to go ahead and frost them all. That way it can melt down into them, and it's so good. But we'll have a little bit extra, so if you want more, you can add it more to your serving. And I like a lot, when I get a cinnamon bun, I always order an extra side of the icing. Now, for your extra icing, I would store that in an airtight container in the refrigerator. But look at that cinnamon roll. Love homemade warm cinnamon rolls. I'll take a bite. So good. Show the inside. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Please be sure to check out the other links that will be in the description box below for everyone that's in the Home for the Holidays YouTube collab. There's going to be some great videos out there. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Comment, because I do love hearing from you. Please feel free to share my videos. And until my next video, I hope you enjoy. Bye, y'all.